Hi guys, welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin, and welcome to our third ever van vlog. Today we're going to be discussing some of the power options I use in the van. So you'll have to excuse the kind of mess around here. I have a lot of stuff out of the van right now, as I have been deep cleaning it, which I mentioned I was going to be doing in previous videos. So during this time, there is a lot of stuff just outside of the van, and some of it are, of course, the power options we are using. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through these. Now, these may not all be applicable to your van build or even make sense for you. These are just the things that I am currently using. So first up, you're going to notice that we do have a power or a solar panel here. I believe this is a 50 watt. Now, this was a very cheap panel to charge my Jackery. So this is a Jackery 300. If you're not familiar with Jackery, they are one of the leading brands of basically off-grid power, I guess you would call it. So they make the Jackery Explorer series, as well as some solar panels. And these are basically power boxes that have direct current, alternating current, USB and USB-C. So as you can see, this is an Explorer 300, which would be 300 watts. It does have an input for solar panels, which I do have this one that I can use. Now, I also have an actual official Jackery solar panel that can be used as well. And I do have two of these. At the current time, I have one in the van and I have one in my car, since at this point I am traveling more in my car, of course. And these have a wide range of uses. Of course, the better one you get, the better it can handle. This one serves me just fine, because typically at the moment, the only thing that I have running off of it would be if I need to charge a device or drone. Or I also have an Astro AI fridge, which is a small 12-volt fridge that can either plug into direct current or alternating current and keep your drinks and food cold. I've actually done a review on that in the past, and I use that on a lot of my trips to keep drinks cold. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever really tried food in it, mostly just keeping my drinks cold. And this works wonderfully for that. So I do have one in the car to keep that fridge powered, and I have one in the van that I use to charge various things and keep other things powered. Now, if I did take a trip with the van, I would bring both of them with me, and I would also bring the portable fridge with me as well. But right now, since I'm, exclusively traveling in my car, those are in my car. Now, I also have some Ryobi products. Now, my favorite is this fan. And you can actually see down here, you can either use it cordless with a battery or attach it directly to electricity. So on the back here is where you'd put the battery in. And when the battery is out, you can actually plug it into electricity. And it is a 2-speed fan. And it actually works wonderfully and cools me down a lot. And I really do like this. Now, I do have a few of their tools, which is kind of nice because it means I have a few of their batteries, so I can swap out the batteries when needed. I've heard not a lot of people like their tools compared to other brands, but since this fan is the #1 thing I use, it works well for me. They also have certain things like an inverter and stuff like that that you can buy. Now, here we have a Ryobi solar setup. So we have a 100-watt panel right here, a hybrid gel battery right here, and then hidden underneath the panel is a 1,000-watt inverter, as well as our charge controller. Now, unfortunately, I bought this the same time I bought the van, and I was not able to install it, so the battery did drain. It has now reached the point of over discharge. I have tried to bring it back to life a few times, but I've been told that that's pretty much not going to happen, and I'll need to buy a new battery, which unfortunately, batteries are expensive, so that's not something that will happen anytime soon. So I may try to keep bringing it back to life, just because it can't hurt to try. And if it doesn't work, I will eventually get a new battery. But this ideally would be my setup for more power consumption stuff. So as you know, I have a portable AC in my van, and I do believe that the inverter would be strong enough to run it. However, it would probably drain the battery pretty quick. But there are some times where, you know, in a heat emergency, you would need to use it. And of course, as we all know, the many issues of Chattanooga doesn't currently have AC, other than that portable AC. Now, I also like to use a lot of rechargeable products. So this is actually something kind of new I just got off Amazon for Prime Day. It is a USB chargeable light strip, and as you can see, it is magnetic and can be placed to connect somewhere. Now it has both an off mode, on mode, and then it has an auto mode where if it detects motion at night, it can turn on. I actually really like this. I got 4 of them, so I'm going to be placing those around the van. Now, I have another solar panel, if you can believe it. And this is actually something I got for free a few years ago. So this is a little charge box. It is plastic. I guess the company's name is Blue Carbon. You can see we have lights built into it. And then it does have a USB port if you want to charge your phone or something like that. And then we do have these at the bottom. And they can be used for multiple things if you have the cables. However, it comes with these 3 lights that plug in, and they each have their own individual switch. And you can turn them on and off with the switch. Honestly, this is just one of those things that I have it. I got it for free. Definitely should be using it. So that is something I keep in the van. I will say I need to find a better placement for it, because where it's at currently, this solar panel doesn't actually get any charge. But it's luckily getting charged outside right now. Now, to finish this video up, like I said, I do use rechargeable things a lot. So here is one of them. This is a USB-C rechargeable fan. And again, it works pretty decently. If you have it charged and plugged in, it can run off that. Or, you know, you can charge it for use not connected. You may be able to tell that one of the important things for me is to not be warm. Now, of course, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, I also have a form of shore power installed. So essentially anywhere I am, I can, as long as there is an outlet, I can take an extension cord, plug one part into my van, plug the other part into an outlet, and then inside the van, I have these 2 outlets here that can operate things on, you know, normal 120 volt. As you can see, I do also have like an outlet extension for that, so I can plug more things in. And it's also how I'm powering my USB ceiling fan at the moment. So this is really useful for places that have, you know, an extension cord for you to plug in. Very useful for at-home use, because I can always just plug it in so I can turn on the AC and make sure the van is cool before I work on it. And as you can see, 73 degrees about in here, and outside it is currently about 90. So it does a pretty decent job. So those are really all the power sources I use for my van. Unfortunately, this van does not have a leisure battery to run things off of, which does suck. And the current battery is dead, and I need to recharge it. So even with that, there's some issues. And then also, I guess the last little thing, even though it may not be a permanent mainstay, is I did find some solar garden lights that were LED string lights. And you can see I kind of have them along the outside of the van right now. And basically just, it charges during the day, and at night those lights come on and provide some light in the van. I'm not sure if it's something I'm actually going to keep in, because I don't really like how the wires are everywhere. But it's still something nice just to have currently. So those are my current power sources for the van. I don't really see them for changing anytime in the near future, since at the moment I am just working with what I have due to budget restrictions. But if you guys have any extra ideas, I'd love to hear them, or tell me what you're doing in your van. I will say there are other little things I didn't mention, like I have a few more power banks and stuff that I can use to charge my phone if needed. I also have a scooter, electric scooter that I can use, and I do believe it actually has a USB port to charge your phone with. I'd have to double check that, but I think it does. Anyway, that is all for this van vlog. If you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you want to see more van vlogs in the future, definitely stay tuned. I will be posting those every so often. And if you like exploring abandoned places, urban exploration, haunted places, or urban legends, check out the rest of my videos on my channel, because that is my main content. And I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Thanks for watching.